Good morning. It is Monday. I just want to encourage you real quick, and I want to talk about once you've gotten out of a relationship, you lost your job, if you had a life change, and what do you do next? If this video cut off, you can go to my YouTube channel, LaShonda Cherie Flanders, and watch its entirety. Sometimes when things end, it leaves you feeling lost and misplaced. Because when you're in a relationship with someone, a lot of times you tend to do what that person likes to do. When you have children, you tend to do what it is that your children like to do. You cook what your children want to eat. You cook what your spouse want to eat. When you're on a job, you accustomed to doing what they told you to do. And then when it's snatched away, or when your kids go off to college and it's just you by yourself, or if you and your spouse separate, or you and your boyfriend move on, your long-term boyfriend move on, and you just left with the feelings of what's next? What do I do? You just kind of feel lost because who you were was wrapped up in that person. Your what you like to eat was wrapped up in that person. Where you like to go was wrapped up in that person. The things you watch on TV was wrapped up in that person. And you're on a journey to find yourself. I want to encourage you on today, because I am also on a journey to find myself. And I'm finding it to be not as simple as, on the movies. Like you look at a movie and all of a sudden everything in someone's life just blow up, and then this thing, she still got her groove back, and just on Jamaica with pina coladas, caught in the rain. I'm still stuck in the rain. Okay, so I am maneuvering my way around and getting to know who I am, getting to love me, dealing with my issues, dealing with my insecurities, reaching out to therapists, talking to women that been married and in ministry and kind of went through the same thing. I have an accountability partner, and I did not know that was my fingernail. I absolutely love her because we can talk to each other. She was married to a pastor and went through a lot of stuff. We can glean with each other. You see what I'm saying? You want to get with somebody that's been through what you're going through, so you guys can go through it together. I can call her. I can cry. It's a no judgment zone. She can call me. She can cry. No judgment zone. She's always pouring into me wisdom and knowledge of different resources that she's reading, different things that she's doing that's encouraging her and helping her move along. You want to get with people that's able to do that with you. Whether it's sickness, if you're going through sickness, it might even be terminal. You want to get with somebody that is in that situation that has overcome, and get with them and see how they encourage themselves on their bad days. What did they listen to? What strengthened them? It's all about linking up with the right people that's gonna hold your arms up and to help you maneuver your way through your situation. Again, this is just only to encourage you as I encourage myself. Everybody go through things. None of us are perfect. None of our lives are perfect. We'll be lying to each other if we said our lives was perfect. None of our lives are perfect. But what we're all doing is trying to move forward. And just be real with yourself. God, I'm lost. Like, what you like to eat? What my children like to eat? Because I'm accustomed to cooking for them. Where you like to go? I don't know. I ain't really been nowhere. Because I've been, enthralled in this and that and that and this. So I'm learning those things about myself. I learned that I still am one of the funniest people that I ever met. I'm learning that things that I never really paid attention to are so comical to me. I'm learning that I always liked to cook, but I love to cook. I love to feed people. It's the fat girl, the PhD in me. Love to feed people. I love makeup. So I started a cosmetic line. I have a lipstick, LaShonda Cherie. You can order it on my website, LaShondaCherie.info. I like blonde hair. One of the things I went through is when I was feeling icky about myself and just like, I just don't know what to do with me. I would do something different with my hair. and it made me feel better. So the last time I was going through what I was going through, I decided to cut out my hair off, and I died at 6:13. Just randomly died at 6:13. And yeah, I was looking like a spicy lizard and a biscuit, a curly biscuit. But it made me feel better, you know, just being random. But we do those things when we don't know how to appropriate our feelings and our emotions. And I'm learning how to appropriate my feelings and my emotions. It's okay for you to sit in the uncomfortability, because it feels uncomfortable to be separate, to feel alone, to feel lonely. It don't feel good. So what we try to do is try to find other things to stuff that negative feeling. But if you can just sit in it long enough so that God can start bubbling up those things he's trying to detox you from. That's all it is detoxation. This morning, me and my girlfriend was talking, and she said it's a death. You dying to your flesh, and it don't feel good. But I have decided, that is a regular cough, that was not corona. I've decided that I'm going to sit in it, because what's going on in your life is ordained by the Lord. We may not understand it, but it's ordained by the Lord. And you got to find the glory in it. And I'm finding the glory in it. I'm meeting new people. I'm doing stuff that I've always wanted to do. This weekend I cooked, and I think I served 98% of my hometown came and got an oxtail beef plate. I mean, and I enjoyed that. You know, but I'm being careful of not just trying to overdo it so that I don't have to deal with the hurt. You got to sit in it. And I'm sitting in it so that I can move forward. I'm preparing myself to be hid and to be found. And when my husband finds me, he's not going to find me broken and trying to get it together. I'm getting it together now in my alone time. I'm learning about me. I'm learning how to love me. I'm learning how to pat myself on the back. When I was a little girl, I used to do the most stupidest things in the mirror, and it just used to make my tickle box just turn completely. I'd be like, and I just bust out laughing. Like, that was just the funniest thing in the world to me. I found myself doing that, you know, just busting out laughing, doing silly stuff, you know, talking to my sisters on the phone, my mom on the phone for extended periods of time, and then watching TV, watching Netflix, trying to find different things that I like to do. And I'm enjoying it as I'm going through my uncomfortable stage. So I just said all that to say that it might be rough for you. It might be tough for you. You might be in the beginning, you might be at the middle, and some of us done made it to the end. But whatever stage that you are in your transitioning, just sit there, just stay there until the Lord finish doing a good work in you, so that you will be all the good to the right people that God starts sending your way. Nobody wants to be in a relationship or a friendship or a workship with someone that's toxic, that's bitter, that's angry, that ain't got nothing nice and nice to say. So, as a Christian, we have to learn how to lay our will down for the will of the Lord. And it makes me sometimes feel like my mama is a stickler for saying she ain't raised no punks. But sometimes I be feeling like, I be telling the Lord like, hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling punked out over here. Like, what you gonna do? I'm gonna need you to stand up and be Daddy God. You know what I'm saying? Strong and mighty. The one that led the children of Israel. Come on now, I'm gonna need you to do something, Daddy. Do something. Shoot. I'm just playing. But, you know, I'm real with the Lord like that. That's how I talk to him. Hey, this making me feel a certain type of way. I don't like this now. I'm going to need you to do something. Show up. Strong and mighty. Do something now. I'm tired now. You know, you just have to have those kind of candid conversations with the Lord. And be honest, because he already know. It's a process. Just like when you fall and skin your knee. The scab don't just come back all just in one day. And sometimes the scab looks different depending on the wound. A stab wound scab is different. A scrape, fall down and scrape your knee, a scab is different. You fall on some rocks, that scab when it's growing back, it looks different. So you just gotta take time and know that your healing looks different depending on what you've been through. Don't down yourself. Don't discourage yourself. Be okay with the fact that my scalp looks different. And sometimes you might be like me. I used to love to get a scalp somewhere so I can pull the scalp out so it can bleed again. You might have those moments where you're intentionally removing the scalp and you're bleeding. And then it's healing. And you're bleeding and it's healing. Whatever the process is, just know that this is your process. And that you're going to make it. And that you got this. And that you got someone that's going through it with you. And we can go through it together. We can sharpen each other. We can encourage each other as we continue to transition. And when we come out of this, girl, all they're going to be playing is, this girl is on fire. This girl on fire. Because you went through the fire and you ain't burned up, girl. Shoot. But anyway, said all that to say, girl, y'all hold your head up. Guy, you hold your head up. You got this. It's hard, but we're going through this. We're going to get through this. And we're going to come out as pure gold. So I'm going to see y'all on the other side of through, honey. Okay, girl?